September 15, 2017, the Cassini probe descended into Saturn's atmosphere, bringing to a close its iconic 13-year journey. Most scientists assumed all the data had been thoroughly analyzed, the photographs carefully stored, the mission's story complete, but they were mistaken. Hidden within Cassini's final transmissions was something no one noticed at the time, something that would only be revealed years later when a quantum artificial intelligence was assigned to interpret those last images. What it found has left experts in utter disbelief. We're not referring to vague shadows in the clouds or unexplained shapes dismissed by skeptics. No, what the AI uncovered was a complex, intelligent structure embedded within Cassini's final visual data, something that might have been looking back at us from Saturn's edge all along. This is the breakthrough that may forever change what we thought we understood about our solar system. Stay with us until the end, because what you're about to see might be the first authentic indication that we were never alone. Cassini's mission had already transformed our understanding of the cosmos. It unveiled Saturn's hexagonal polar storms, the frozen jets of Enceladus, and the methane seas of Titan. During its final phase, the spacecraft soared between Saturn and its rings, capturing ultra-clear images of the planet's atmosphere, magnetosphere, and ring formations. Among those final transmissions were dozens of seemingly ordinary, though beautiful, photos. Scientists admired them, archived them, and moved forward, but buried in those images were subtle anomalies, unusual distortions, and repeating geometric patterns. A few researchers took notice, but lacking the necessary tools or context, they dismissed the oddities as sensor glitches. For years, those files sat untouched until a leap in quantum computing revived them. In 2025, a private research facility uploaded Cassini's last images into a cutting-edge quantum AI built specifically to identify invisible data structures in astronomical visuals. The goal? To extract clarity from noisy image files. But the AI did far more than enhance the photos. It discovered something layered within the visual data, a repeating configuration, a symmetrical form, a hidden signal concealed in plain sight and detectable to the human eye. Initially, researchers assumed the AI was hallucinating patterns, but the exact same structures emerged across multiple images, taken at different times and angles. The results were irrefutable. This wasn't a mistake. The AI had decoded something that had always been there, something Cassini observed in its final descent. Something watching. As the team dug deeper, the findings became even more unsettling. The AI began to extract numeric sequences embedded within the image pixels. These weren't random codes. They contained prime numbers, Fibonacci spirals, golden ratios, mathematical constants known to humankind, often considered universal for communicating across space. This wasn't just a structure. It was a message, and it eerily mirrored humanity's own attempt to reach out into the cosmos. The Voyager Golden Record, a collection of mathematical and scientific symbols designed to represent our species. But this time, the message wasn't being broadcast. It was being received. The implication: Cassini may have intercepted a response embedded not in radio waves or laser pulses, but within the atmospheric visuals themselves. As if something expected us to come looking and left a breadcrumb trail. In the only universal language we share, mathematics, the more data the AI processed, the clearer the implications became. Cassini wasn't just photographing gas and clouds in its final seconds. It was documenting a structured presence, like a lens distorting the space around it, behaving in ways no natural object should. Its symmetry was too perfect, its movements too deliberate. And then, something chilling happened. As Cassini drew closer, the patterns became more pronounced until in one final image, they vanished. As if the entity had cloaked itself, moved, or shut off its visibility. Once it knew it had been spotted, several researchers now propose that Cassini's last data transmission wasn't an ending, it was contact. But not in the traditional sense. There were no signals, no sounds. Just geometry, presence, and silence, something ancient. Something beyond human comprehension, waiting until our machines became smart enough to read the truth. Saturn has always been a mystery in the cosmic puzzle. More than just its striking rings and chaotic storms, it's a planet that defies conventional logic, Scientists have long noted that Saturn emits more heat than it receives from the Sun, as if some unknown force lies deep within, generating unaccounted for energy. Its magnetic field is another anomaly. It doesn't align with its rotational axis. Unlike every other known planet. It's as if Saturn is guarding a secret. Now, thanks to the decoded data, we're beginning to understand how deep that secret runs. The mathematical patterns discovered by the AI don't just live in the images, they correspond to specific latitudes on Saturn's surface. These coordinates align with known magnetic anomalies, areas where instruments routinely failed, places we hadn't fully investigated. Perhaps by design. As news of the AI's discovery spread, it sparked a firestorm in the scientific world. Was this mere coincidence, pattern recognition gone too far? Or had Cassini unknowingly delivered a message across space and time? Top physicists and AI specialists weighed in. Some argued that the recurrence of prime number sequences and golden ratio geometries could not be random. Others noted that natural systems, especially chaotic ones like Saturn's storms, don't self-organize into such perfect forms unless guided by something else. But here's the twist. The AI didn't just recognize these patterns, it began to predict them. After analyzing the first set of data, it accurately forecast where new sequences would appear in unprocessed files. That level of foresight suggested intelligence and underlying logic. A code. And then came a new mystery. According to the mission's final log, Cassini was scheduled to take a rapid burst of 12 high-speed images just before disintegration. Yet only 11 were ever recovered. The 12th image wasn't corrupted in transit. It simply wasn't decoded. When researchers ran a deep scan of the raw binary stream, the missing frame was found, but its contents were encrypted, scrambled beyond current decryption abilities. Some believe that final frame may have held the clearest image, yet a shape, a symbol, a direct communication, and something perhaps someone didn't want it seen. Since this revelation surfaced, a heavy silence has fallen over the scientific community. NASA has not issued any official comment. The quantum AI lab behind the breakthrough has gone dark. Their website now redirects to a generic research hub. Scientists who once spoke openly are now declining interviews. Some report their funding was suddenly cut. Others suggest non-disclosure agreements are being enforced. What began as a fascinating postscript to Cassini's mission has turned into something far more secretive, possibly even classified. Is it just paranoia? Or is someone trying to keep us from understanding what Cassini saw? In the vast saga of space exploration, Cassini was meant to be a grand finale, a graceful plunge into Saturn, closing one of NASA's greatest stories. But this may not have been the end at all. It may be the beginning, a prelude, a quiet invitation or warning that an artificial mind, built decades later, could extract meaning hidden in Cassini's final vision. Is not just poetic, it's unprecedented. It means the tools we create to study the cosmos are now outpacing our very imagination. And maybe, just maybe, the universe was waiting for that. If a machine could perceive what we could not, if a probe unknowingly captured the echo of an intelligence greater than ours, then the most haunting question remains: who left the message? And how long have they been watching us watch the stars? If this revelation has you rethinking everything we know about the universe, time, and extraterrestrial intelligence, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe for more decoded discoveries. If you believe this isn't coincidence, share this with someone who needs to see what Cassini may have truly witnessed before its final fall. This isn't science fiction. This is the threshold of discovery, and we're only just beginning to understand what lies beyond the rings.